Be it an office, be it a home, be it a mall, anywhere, in all the 6 dimensions that you have, the flooring is one dimension which plays the pivotal role in the overall ambience of that place. For the flooring, we have many kind of options, primarily stone, tiles, vinyl, carpet and wooden flooring. Now, wooden has been in use with the mankind since time immemorial. Earlier it used to be only the solid wood that cut a tree into a plank size, put it on the floor. You might have seen yourself in many British mansions, you have wooden staircases. That gives you a regal feel altogether. But with the environmental consciousness coming into play, people are no longer preferring the natural wood as a wooden flooring. There is a substitute called engineered wood flooring, which uses only a thin slice of wood on top of a ply. That particular product, though looks good, but has its own limitations, because being thin veneer, it tends to get scratched very easily. So mankind made a third variety of wooden flooring, which is called laminate wooden flooring, which is 85% wood and 15% synthetic products like resin, aluminium oxide, melamine, etc. As the name suggests, laminated wooden flooring is having a top layer lamination. To make it wear and tear resistance, we put aluminium oxide. So this particular product has got 5 layers to it. The core of the product is called HDF. It stands for high density fiberboard, primarily made up of virgin timber. In that HDF, we put bit of resin, bit of anti-termite chemicals to make it termite resistance and water resistance. On top of the HDF, you've got a computer generated shed or a decor paper, which denotes the natural wood species like oak, mahogany, marble, walnut, ash, etc. To protect the computer generated paper from getting scratched, we put aluminium oxide on top of it. Depending upon the concentration of the aluminium oxide, it is classified into various AC categories. AC stands for abrasion category. AC3 is the lowest that Chronoswiss manufactures. In this, we take the sample of an AC3 sample and put it under a sandpaper. After 4,500 rotation of the sandpaper, this particular sample gets delaminated. Similarly, in AC4 category, the rotation of the sandpapers increases to 6,500 rotations. And the most durable is the AC5 category, wherein the rotational value is of 9,500. In the professional terms, this particular term is called the Tabor value. So this means the higher the AC value, the better the flooring is. However, for a residence, we should try and take AC4 because it suits our type of traffic. India being a much more polluted or a dusty country, we need AC4, whereas in Europe AC3 is good enough. For a mall kind of traffic, we need at least AC5. Now, as far as the bottom 2 layers are concerned in wooden flooring, as I said that this flooring has 5 layers, we have covered the top layer, the decor paper, then the HDF. The 2 layers at the bottom is called melamine impregnated film. The purpose of those 2 films are to take the impact. If anything heavy falls on the flooring, it doesn't break from that spot, it spreads the impact. Now, as we discussed the wooden flooring, all 3 varieties, out of that laminated obviously makes sense because it is pocket friendly, it comes with warranties, and it more or less gives you the feel of and texture of the wood. Now, as far as the wooden flooring laminated is concerned, you have two options to choose from the market. The market is flooded with the Chinese variants, and you have got few brands from Europe. Now, Chronoswiss, the brand that we promote here in this country, is from Switzerland, and each and every plank of ours will have made in Switzerland printed at the back of each panel, and the boxes are also sealed. They will also be mentioned that made in Switzerland, not misleading sentences like made by German technology and blah blah. So while buying your laminated flooring, make sure that you buy an European brand. And how do you know that it is an European brand? For any client, any specifier to know that it is an European, they have to go to a website called eplf.com. This stands for European Producer of Laminated Flooring. Click on the association tab and you will find all those companies this is manufacturing in Europe listed alphabetically. And Chronoswiss happens to be one of them. So that means if you are considering to buy your laminated wooden flooring, go to this website, check your brand, and then make a apple to apple comparison. If it is not listed there, the brand that you are considering, that means it is from an Asian country. Chronoswiss is one of the largest producers of the wooden flooring in the world. It produces almost 20 million square meter annually, 7 football fields per day. We produce 12 ranges of wooden flooring, and one particular range which is called Grand Selection, that is a very high and premium range. We also produce wooden flooring for Villeroy and Boch. Our 12 ranges has got products from 7mm AC3 to 14mm AC5. Here in India, as we speak, we stock and sell 4 ranges. They are 8mm AC3, 8mm AC4 and 12mm AC5. There are 4 ranges in this. 2 ranges are seamless joints and 3 ranges are with the V-grooving. The 5th range that I have not spoken about, that we are going to launch in January, that is 8mm AC3, that has got 8 colors in this. Our most successful range is Swiss Nobilis 8mm AC4, has got 12 colors. Swiss Nobilis V4 has got 3 colors. Synchrome has got 3 colors, and Swiss Solid, which is a 12mm AC5, has got 3 colors. So in total we will have 29 colors in our collection. Now Chronoswiss, it's just not a brand that just because by virtue of origin in Switzerland it becomes a great brand. To authenticate or to augment my proposition of buying a European flooring, I will give you few certifications that we boast of. First of all, this is an environment friendly company. We have Forest Stewardship Council membership, FSC certification, which denotes that we are responsible people. We just do not destroy the forest. We cut one tree to make our flooring. We augment by planting at least one more. These days, Delhi, NCR, the entire North India is reeling through a huge air pollution. So my flooring has got CARB compliant certification. By virtue of being a resin bonded product, wooden flooring emits harmful formaldehyde gases. So the CARB compliant certificate denotes that my flooring doesn't have formaldehyde beyond health hazard limits. Your pets, the kids, accidentally licks the flooring, they do not ingest harmful formaldehyde, thus protecting themselves, your family. In-air floor quality is another certification that we boast of, which denotes that we do not have any harmful VOC, volatile organic compound, beyond health limits. This is very important. Nobody pays attention to these qualities, they just pay attention to what price point it is coming at. Then we have got as you can see the nomenclatures, we have EPLF membership here, we have got FSC that I just spoke of. This symbol denotes that this particular product is of Swiss origin. This symbol denotes that the raw material that goes into the manufacturing of this particular product is sourced from the local forests, Swiss wood. Then this is again an environmental certificate. This shows the responsible way of making wooden flooring. As we discussed about the formaldehyde emission, CARB compliance is that certification. So willy-nilly, we have all the certification that is required to make you confident about our brand. It is just not commercial aspect of it that goes into your selection process. You look into many other things. For example, what is the shade that you are selecting for your bedroom or your drawing room? Chronoswiss happens to be a company which manufactures its entire ingredients on its own. That includes its decor paper. The decor paper that we use is our own manufacturing. That means these are patented decors. Nobody can copy our decors. So that means, if you have one particular decor in your house, it will not be there in your neighborhood. Unlike the Chinese counterparts, wherein the paper is manufactured by one company and all the manufacturers buy from them. So there is similar decors laid, at random houses. Second, the HDF that we use, is of highest density. Our density is around 800 kg per cubic meter. If you cut our plank and cut any other Asian counterpart samples, the sawdust that you will be getting, that will tell you the story, the ingredients that goes into the board. We have 12 colors in this particular range, Swiss Nobilis. We have the lightest color possible, the white, an off-white color. We have 2 oaks, one in the strip look and one in the plank look. Similarly, 2 walnuts. We have a lot of grays. Grays are in these days. So besides these 12 colors, the company manufactures many other colors in this particular range. So as and when we have particular inquiry for a particular shade, we can always get it for our discerning clients. Similarly, in Swiss Nobilis V4, as the name suggests, it has got V-grooving on all 4 sides. It has got 3 colors. One, this particular color that we have, D3245, is of distressed family. Somebody who needs a flooring for the bars, cafes, they can maybe opt for this kind of flooring. There are a lot of clients who need wooden flooring, but they don't want any kind of grain, burls. So they can prefer these 2 shades, which looks like stone finished flooring, tile finished. The most beautiful range out of these 4 ranges is called Swiss Synchrome. As the name suggests, this flooring is synchronized and it has got a chrome pour finish on top of it. These 2 range and the 3rd range has got all 4 side V-grooving and has got 5G locking system. 5G locking system happens to be the latest locking system in the world. It ensures that your floor panels doesn't get distangled rather. The 4th range that we are speaking of is 12 mm AC5. This is for heavy duty commercial areas. We have 3 colors, 1 grey, and rather 2 greys and 1 walnut. All these planks happens to be of 4.5 feet length, almost 8 inches in width, 8 mm in 3 of them and 12 mm in 1 of them. So 3 8 mm's and 1 12 mm's. That completes the product portfolio of our product. Now, as a salesperson, you have certain clients who come to your showroom. There you have the liberty of showing the product catalog, live samples to the client. But when you are online, when you reach out to your large section of clients who are not physically there with you, we have an e-brochure with us. You can send the e-brochure with all the technical specifications, attachments, and we do have a room shot view wherein our discerning client can see a particular shade, how that particular shade is going to look like once it is installed vis-a-vis different wall colors and furniture colors. So that means it gives them the permutation and combination of doing lot of shade variations at their own sweet time. So before buying our flooring, they can do their homework and then they can buy our product. So that is our entire collection, and the website one can go to www.swisschrono.ch/en to view the entire products. Thank you.